I'm not a supernatural person. I'm a man of science.
Clear your minds. They already know what scares you.
How do you feel about clowns? Because I know when I watched the original, I hated clowns after that. So, you guys?
I don't feel very good about them, honestly. I don't feel great about that one.
Why is that, Ro? What's wrong with clowns?
Because when I was 12. No, because when I was 10, I saw Poltergeist, so.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sam.
No, I don't know what you mean. I don't know why they're so scary, Ro.
Well, I was actually trying to think about this.
That was a scary voice.
Everyone's terrified.
I was trying to think about this earlier, like it's a chicken and the egg thing. Did Poltergeist make clowns scary, or were clowns always scary and we just pushed them on children without really stopping to think that we were, ruining their lives and their childhoods?
I think, Gil, you're right, because old baby dolls are scary too. So I think we give our kids scary things.
I think there's something about freezing an expression in plastic or porcelain. It's human, but it's dead, and it's worse when it's smiling forever, right? And the eyes, catch just enough light to connect with you across the room. I don't think it was ever cool. I think it just took enough time for people to acknowledge it and then put it into movies, and then Poltergeist, and now this Poltergeist.
How did the concept come around to remake the Poltergeist?
Well, I've talked about this with Sam Raimi recently when we've done some interviews together, and he knows a bit more of the sordid history. I think that they'd been trying for a long time to find a way to come back to the Poltergeist name and sort of reignite the franchise or the title. And I think that they, as he tells it, there have been several attempts and none of them felt right. They had certain elements that worked, but it just didn't feel like it lived up to what a Poltergeist film had to be. Because there's a certain standard that comes with Poltergeist. It's not just a world or some iconic moments. It's also about telling that story as well as could possibly be done with the best craft and the best actors, and so that standard was part of what sort of limited the development of it for a while until when Sam Raimi became involved. He brought in the screenwriter David Lindsay-Abaire, who wrote a screenplay that had enough elements, enough of the human story that felt like it had its own pulse to ignite the version of the film that we're here talking about today.
I did watch the Poltergeist yet again in deciding whether to do the movie or not, and I did. And some of my favorite horror movies are great films. Not just great horror films. The Exorcist, Rosemary's Baby, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, John Carpenter's The Thing was a remake. So was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and those are great films with great acting, really amazing acting. Rosemary's Baby was Roman Polanski. So. Yeah. It's a great genre to be a part of.
Sam and Rosemary, are you believers in the supernatural and ghosts?
I'm not. I'm not a supernatural person. I'm a man of science. But it's fun. I like horror movies. I like ghost movies.
Yeah, I mean, I hold the possibility that there's so much we don't know about the world, and that it's very arrogant to think that we know everything and that we know what's what. I think Sam Rockwell's very arrogant to be a man of science. No, so I don't know. I mean, for me, this movie, while it is about the supernatural, it was hard for me to wrap my head around acting with ghosts. So it was a lot easier and more. It was sort of more fertile ground for me to latch onto the idea of this is a child abduction story and a parent's worst nightmare of losing your child and may never seeing them again. So then it wasn't really a hard thing to act, and it was very grounded, and it's a very human story. And then we have special effects, and we're upside down in the car, and all that kind of stuff. But it was pretty satisfying on that front.